Around 8 to 10 million years ago, a species of ancient pigeon, closely related to the Nicobar pigeon alive today, made its way to a remote volcanic island paradise in the Indian Ocean. That island is what we now call Mauritius. Mauritius was a relatively calm island home to other animals such as giant tortoises, broad-billed parrots, owls, kestrels, rails, herons, and fruit bats. But more importantly, the island lacked mammalian predators. Once these pigeons arrived, they found that foods such as fruits, nuts, and seeds were abundant on the forest floor. These pigeons would eventually settle there for the next several million years and slowly evolve into the bird we now know as the dodo. Yes, the dodo was an evolutionary pigeon. Since there were no predators on the island and food was readily available on the ground, these pigeons gradually stopped flying altogether. If there was nothing to escape from and food didn't require flight to find, maintaining large wings and flight muscles simply became unnecessary. So evolution offered these birds a deal. Trade your ability to fly for a life better suited on the ground. And slowly, natural selection ran its course. Their bodies became heavier, their wings shrank, their flight muscles gradually disappeared, their legs became bigger and sturdier for walking, and they developed large hooked beaks that helped them crack open tough nuts and seeds. Over millions of years, the dodo became a completely ground-bound, flightless bird. This is an example of island evolution, where the dodo evolved both flightlessness and a larger body size. On Mauritius, these birds lived peaceful, quiet lives. They foraged the forest floor for fruits, seeds, and nuts, and even nested directly on the ground. They laid just one egg per year rather than large clutches because there was little pressure to produce more. And since there was nothing on the island to hunt them, successfully raising a single chick was enough to keep the population stable under normal conditions. Then, in 1507, Portuguese explorers became the first Europeans known to reach Mauritius, but they treated the island as little more than a stopover to stock up on fresh water and food before continuing their voyages. They hunted some dodos and giant tortoises, recorded the strange birds they encountered, and then sailed on. Their documented records captured dodos as a sort of dumb bird, because when it was being hunted, it didn't try to escape or showed no resistance at all. Because Mauritius had no large mammalian predators, dangerous reptiles, or carnivores, the dodos had evolved to have no flight or fight response, quite literally. This is a biological phenomenon known as island tameness or ecological naivete, where a species completely loses its instinctual fear response and defensive mechanisms because danger simply does not exist. And almost a century later, in 1598, a fleet of 5 Dutch merchant ships commanded by Admiral Wybrand van Warwick was sailing to the East Indies for the lucrative spice trade when a violent storm scattered the fleet and drove them to Mauritius. The Dutch claimed the island and named it after Prince Maurice of Nassau, but it wasn't until 1638 that they established a permanent colony. That's when everything changed. With the settlers came pigs, black rats, monkeys, cats, and dogs. Some were intentionally brought to the island as cattle and pets, while others, like the rats, escaped from ships and spread rapidly across Mauritius. These invasive animals raided dodo nests and devoured their eggs and chicks. Some even hunted the birds. Since the dodo was a large bird that reproduced slowly, it simply couldn't replace its population fast enough. At the same time, the Dutch cleared large areas of forest, making room for settlements and agriculture, and harvesting valuable ebony trees because it was highly prized in Europe for luxury furniture and cabinetry. This combined effects of habitat loss, invasive species destroying their nests, and hunting pushed the dodo toward extinction. It wasn't just people killing the birds. Humans had completely destroyed the ecosystem they had evolved in for millions of years. The last widely accepted sighting of a living dodo came in 1662, just 24 years after permanent settlement began. I'm gonna call it there, guys. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something new today. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.